WWE fans, welcome to another great edition of the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We are the tag team champions of all things WWE media. And even though things may be in the upside down all around us, we're keeping everything on the up and up. How are you, bud?
I'm always good. I'm Batman.
I would agree that I'm always good, but I don't know that I always am. I would say that, like somebody I may just open the show by talking about, I'm always ready.
Um, I wonder who you're talking about because if we're going to start with SmackDown, The Miz was ready to come out there and talk a little smack,
He was ready
and
to
then
talk.
he
I don't think he was
got
ready to fight.
no, he was not. Well, when the guy that came out to talk to, he was ready to fight, but he didn't want to say the person's name who he wanted to fight because he appears. But the
And
person that
honestly,
came
it,
out
it
there and
would have
that
been
did
better if he would
appear,
have said his name. I think it would have went a little better.
yeah, because when
Mhm.
Randy Orton came out, it was didn't he said that they should make a tag team called Ms. KO. I think is what it
Which,
was.
which I'm all for. Big fan of both of them, but all for
Well,
that. That would be great. Except for the KO part, didn't agree.
well, it happened. Ms. KO happened. Ms. got KO'd.
Yeah, he got
Um,
RKO. Yeah,
yes, he did. Yeah,
which
so
is
so
something you said
Randy's
that
back.
because you were watching SmackDown before I got a chance to, and you said we spoke his name into existence. I thought you were talking about somebody completely different, and then opening segment, here comes Randy Orton, and I was like, no way,
Yeah,
he's back. That's great.
yeah. That's what was crazy. I was like, oh man, we spoke him up. We spoke a couple of these guys up though. Like we if
We
any
did.
of those of y'all that watched our show last week, we did speak a couple of them up. It was good to see Randy Orton back. He's back just in time for the Royal Rumble right around the corner.
And more
Just to,
importantly, he's back in time for the road to WrestleMania.
yes. Something I was thinking about, and just for our viewers to look forward to, maybe next week or maybe the week after, depending on. But I want us both just to give you a little heads up. Let's both on our free time before we start the next show or the following one, sit and write down 5 men and 5 women that we think will surprise us in the Royal Rumble. That will be
Like
surprises because
like to win, or oh, you mean like guest stars basically?
that will appear. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a couple of mine that I feel like, I mean, let's be honest, Chris Jericho is going to be one that we know is going to pop up if he doesn't pop up before. But I'm talking about,
Especially he has an entrance known for a countdown. So why not? As one of them's counting down, I mean, how about number two? Well, that wouldn't work because the countdown's not there. Because Y2J, that would have been great, where it'd go 10, or that's it. When he's going to come out, it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. And then everybody's like, did the clock break? What happened there? And then up on the screen next, on either side of the two, you get a Y and a J. And you hear break the walls down, and here he comes.
and Triple H just took another idea from us, I
He
feel.
did. And I said it on this show. This is another thing. You guys mark it right now. I just said that. It's something me and Daniel throwing around, so you can give us both credit if we want to, because we are a tag team. We will take that. And Paul, if you want to steal or if you want to borrow that idea, just slide us some tickets or something, man.
That's,
I
take
mean,
it,
I'll take
take it.
merch at this point. I mean, the merch you can't get out of the store, send it our way. I'm a large. I can wear about any kind of hat you can come up with. You got John Cena wristbands, I'll take those. I don't know what size. I don't know what size Daniel is. I don't necessarily look at his clothes size. So
I'm, I'm a 2X, bro. I'm a big
there you
boy.
go. There you go. So I'll take the large. He'll take the 2X. Just send. And I'll be honest. No matter what you send me, if I can't wear it, I'll find somebody that can. I'll donate to a church, nephews, random people at Walmart. Who knows? I'll make sure somebody's wearing it.
And let them know where we got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But after Randy did his little stint on the inside the ring on his way back, he ran into Cody. And as we're filming right now, SmackDown's on. Um,
Yep,
it's already happened for those of y'all that's I mean y'all everybody that watches this should have already seen it anyway. It takes us a little bit to get it
probably,
uploaded.
probably.
But so he tells Cody after he defeats Drew, he wants the next shot, or if he defeats, let me see the exact words. Come on, Nick says Cody Drew, he'll be. I think he says, out of respect, Randy is back in the ring, and once Cody beats Drew, so he says, hey, once you beat Drew, I want the next shot. So Cody, I mean not Cody, but Randy's coming back saying, I want a title shot. I want in the title matches. So and here's a question for you. If Cody wins tonight, is Randy the next person? Hold that thought. If Cody loses and Drew wins after Damien's win in the what was that, the
Ambulance match
ambulance match last
that
week,
we'll talk about. Yep.
and ambulance match, yeah, and Damien having beaten Drew, does that make Damien the number one overall? Like, who becomes the number one contender, whether it's Cody or Drew?
Like, you remember how the never seen 17 at the time he was never seen 16 time champion John Cena called his shot and got himself put in the elimination chamber because he goes, you know what? I've never kind of pulled privilege or pulled, called scoreboard, but I didn't win the Royal Rumble, so I'm calling my shot. I'm saying I'm putting myself in. I'm not qualifying in. I'm putting myself in the match. I think Randy has more than earned that ability. So if Randy wants to go, I got next. I think he has. I have no problem with that. And I think I would favor him over Priest unless you're going to have Priest beat Drew. But then why would you have Drew even win at that point? Because I don't like when somebody keeps it for like one time or something like that. I think if Drew wins, he's going to go at least 3 or 4 months, maybe till WrestleMania before they unceremoniously rip it from him again. But
But let's
if
be
Cody
honest,
wins,
do
because
they
either way, I
really
think.
put the
But what?
I was gonna say, do they really put the title on Drew though? Are they gonna take the title off of Cody, especially this close to the Royal Rumble? What would be the point?
Hmm. Well, the problem is most of the time, if whoever the champions are coming out of Royal Rumble are typically the ones you're going to see at WrestleMania. And if we're going to get
And that's what I'm
Braun
saying.
Breaker versus Cody in a rematch, then I guess Cody would either have to, if he lost it to Drew and then turn around and won it back at the Elimination Chamber or something and won his way, if that was on the line there, because there would be a rematch in February, I think, if Cody were to lose. Man, they're in a mess
Does that
again because we've got John Cena
so
2.0 out here, and
they I think they're setting up a elimination chamber, regardless how this match happens tonight, that is going to be Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Randy Orton. I think we both agree that Braun's going to win the Royal Rumble, or it could be Seth coming back. I'm giving away
so who are the other two in the chamber then?
that's what I'm wondering. Maybe Chris Jericho is coming back, and maybe even
I mean,
maybe, and
yeah,
maybe what about the dude that was beat in the ambulance match?
I was
Are
about
they
to say, what
looking to
about
push
Alistair? I
him?
think I think he's I think Alistair Black's. So you go Priest, you go Alistair Black, you go
And Oba,
Cody.
Oba,
Hmm,
and
I don't know.
I mean, we're getting
I
way
I
ahead of
feel like
ourselves. We're getting way ahead of
we
ourselves.
haven't really seen Oba do much. I could see Trick Williams getting put in that. He's been around about another week or two longer than Oba on SmackDown.
Rick,
I could see Trick Williams being one of those.
you know, see, I kind of feel like my first introduction to Trick was this past week when he came out there. I'd never really seen him. I'd seen him in NXT a little bit, but I've never seen him come out there and talk or none of that. Um,
He
he
think
reminds me so much
okay, go.
of Booker T.
I was about to say he's Booker T light. He's Booker light. He's the one who's been working
Yes,
with
he is.
him the most in the past year or so. You can see he
You can
does
hear it
like the
in the
big
way he
kick.
talks.
He does a lot of his mannerisms instead of twisting them into his own way. He just flat out copied a lot of Booker T stuff. But I mean, he's really good. But you don't just
I like
copy your
him. He's
mentor.
got a lot of
You
charisma.
he does. But I could see him getting added to that, and I don't know. There's always the Sami Zayn tie-in. He's always fun to put in those kind of matches or something like that. I could definitely see.
We also seen this past Friday that Jordan Grace is more than likely going to be on the SmackDown roster. So we knew that was coming. I almost feel like they should have waited to the Royal Rumble to say, okay, she's now, but we've already seen her in the Royal Rumble
Hmm.
twice now.
Yeah.
So
Once
yeah,
as a TNA employee, once as an NXT employee. This will be the first time she's
now
a WWE SmackDown roster person. But no, I
and
think
her and Jay,
she's gonna be the one to take it off of Jade. I'm really starting to think that the only reason Jade really got it was because it was the only option they had because they had all this tag stuff coming up that took everybody else out, and Tiffany Stratton got hurt thanks to Jade. So they went, why don't we just give it to Jade? Because she's had what, 3 matches since she won in November? She mostly just parades out,
I feel
runs her
like they're
mouth,
setting up.
says she's that, rhymes with which, and then walks off. That's she really don't do nothing every week.
I feel like they're setting up Bianca to win the Royal Rumble. To win the Royal
If
Rumble
she's
and come
ready.
back and Bianca. I've heard rumors. That was another. I'm giving away tidbits of the stuff that I was of the people I'm going to be picking as surprises to come back. Bianca will win the Women's Royal Rumble.
But I think Jordan's going to be the next person to challenge Jade. I don't know if she's going
She
to win the
will.
Royal Rumble to do it.
Yeah.
If not, but she may just flat out challenge her on something. And if you don't know Jordan Grace, if anybody can go power and actually more power than Jade Cargill, it's Jordan Grace. She is
Jordan Grace. Yeah.
crazy, the kind of stuff she can do.
Yeah. So I've seen some of it. I don't know if I'm gonna say I'm a fan of hers, but I'm a fan of what she does in the ring. I'll say that. Not a fan of hers.
I'm,
I
I'm
don't think she's a.
I'm a decent fan of hers, but yeah, big fan of what she does in the ring. Her and her husband are outstanding wrestlers. Out of Atlanta, by
Uh,
the way.
who's her husband?
Jonathan Gresham,
Oh,
the
I don't know.
octopus, Jonathan Gresham. YouTube him. Don't even Google him. YouTube him
When we get off.
when we get off of this. Yeah.
Okay. Um, that was followed by Zach. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope,
He's
that's not
actually
Zach.
wrestling under his name,
He
Matt
got to
Cardone.
be, yeah, he got to be always ready Matt Cardona. I'm sure he
Yeah.
wanted to cry right there because he never thought he would get to be. Well, no, I take that back. He has always said that most people, when you get dumped by the WWE, as he did, that he goes, you have 3 options. You can just quit and go home, and just stop. You're just done. You can try to live and coast off the legacy of I'm a former WWE guy, and he spent like 12 or 13, 14 years in a row there. He goes, I could have coast off that. He said, or I could go fight and redefine the way everything is done and make my own way back. And there's nobody. Somebody said this the other day, and I will echo it. And I hope Matt Cardona watches this. I'm sure it's his favorite wrestling show outside of his own. Nobody has done more for professional wrestling, not just independent wrestling, professional wrestling in the last 2 years than Matt Cardona. He has rewritten the way that you do things and made a legend out of himself without being on TV.
What I see with Matt Cardona is myself if I would have become a wrestler. He's a big wrestling fan, in the manner of he collects the figures, like he loves the toys. Like I watch his YouTube stuff. Like I watch his YouTube channel and just when he goes searching for toys, and I'm like, if I would have put my time into my body and into wrestling, that's the mentality I would have when I'm not in the ring. I'd be doing the
Yeah.
stuff that I love to do, and that's what he does. And his match was against Wilson, who I'm a really big fan of. I
I
love
like him.
Pretty Deadly. I love that tag team.
They're done.
His they're what?
They're done. I saw an update on his partner. They are done. At
What
least for
happened?
now.
Like I know he's been hurt for like 2 years.
He
What
had
happened to
a
him?
he was having like circulation issues and was just having all kinds of pain and everything. And they finally figured out what it was, and he had like C2 vertebrae surgery or something to correct it all. C2, that's like way up here, I believe.
Yeah, on the neck. Yeah,
And he was in the hospital and he was all smiles. He's like, "Hey, we finally figured it out. I'm already feeling good. Firstly, I want to get healthy, and then we'll see if an in ring return is in the cards." He goes, "But until then, keep watching my boy Kit Wilson kill it every week, man, because he puts in the work." But yeah, it looks like I wouldn't expect Pretty Deadly back together at least for a good while. They are still young. I mean, I would say it might be 2, 3, 4 years at best.
that's sad. That's sad because they're an entertaining tag team.
They are. Elton
Um,
Prince is his name. Yeah.
Elton Prince. Yeah. That was followed by something that I feel like we don't see enough of, and that's Bo Dallas doing
Promo.
a promo. Like
Hmm.
you see Uncle Howdy, you see the Wyatt Six, you don't see Bo Dallas, and Bo Dallas really broke down the barrier and sit there and just
Hmm.
talk to Solo. They're trying so hard to push this Solo versus the Wyatt Six versus the Bloodline
Yeah.
or the MTF. My bad.
MFT.
Or MFT. Yeah, dyslexia is a bitch. Um, it was a good promo. Me and my wife were in there watching wrestling. We were watching the show. And I said, "Look, watch this, watch this." And she's like, "That's Bo," and I was like, "Yeah." Like, if you have missed wrestling, if you haven't watched wrestling in the past 8, 9 years, the Bo leave is not
I
going to
love
be the
that.
Bo that you see now.
No, but I
I love
got
the
it.
Bo
When
leave.
he
I
first
love
started
it. It
doing the
was
bow leave and the victory lap around the ring, I was like,
yeah.
why are people not getting this? This is so great.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great performer. I'm glad he's being given this opportunity. It was a good promo.
Yeah.
Um, I think we might have talked about this last week. Sami Zayn is becoming the new Miz. You have to
Yeah.
go through me. Um, and he's welcomed Trick Williams into the SmackDown team pretty much. Sammy
And I
said,
will say
"Oh,
this.
there we go. That's our other one. That's our other person for the Elimination Chamber." Sammy says he
I
wants in
said
the title.
I was about to say I said Sammy's always a good one to throw in there. But here's the thing, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't been able to figure out how much of this is real and how much of it they just play up. Sometimes it's like Trick gets talking a little too much, and it's almost like his ego takes over, and he kind of oversteps his bounds. And I don't know if it's part character or if it's just part him that he gets a little too into it. But because Sammy's like, "Oh, I hear what you're saying. Oh, okay. Oh, you think you're funny. Oh, okay." And then he says a few things, and Sammy just like you just see Sammy just kind of slick his hair and just kind of look at him like, "Let me be serious for a minute. Is that what you is this the direction you want to go? You sure you want to? Okay, okay. You want to pick that fight? Okay, well then." And it's like he swapped demeanors. And I don't know if it was part of what they were doing, but I know I have heard before that some people said Trick kind of can go off script a little. It's usually not so bad, but he can go off script and talk himself up a little higher, like he's almost believing the hype. And
I think that's a Booker
and
T thing.
yeah, I agree. I think Booker used to do it as part of the character though, because
Well, yeah,
everything
that's
I've
what I'm
ever
saying.
heard about Booker is he is just the absolute one of the most humble people ever.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think that he picked that up from Booker, but where Booker was working the hype, he's trying to live the hype.
And
So
there's
he
only
needs he
one
needs
guy
to
that's been able
separate.
to live his gimmick and tell about it, and that's Ric Flair.
I think the Rocks did a pretty decent. Stone Cold did a pretty decent job of living his gimmick.
Well, because he pretty much
Dinner
his gimmick was
drinking.
his life before he was.
There, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I guess Ric Flair turned his life into his gimmick. But yeah.
Yeah,
The
pretty
greats,
much.
the greats are able to be themselves and be great
Hmm.
at the same time.
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
Rock, Chris Jericho.
great colleague.
Yeah. Yep, yeah. I'm not gonna say he was great, but he will be in the Royal Rumble.
I kind of hope he is. Everybody seemed to. I mean, everything I've ever heard, people that used to ride with him and stuff, even like Natalia and all, were like, no, he's fun to like ride around with, and especially when you get out of the car and everybody's looking. Oh, there's Natalia. Oh, there's this. What is that? So do you know what? Here's a
So
weird
that
fun
that
fact.
is
I mean, in fact, I'll say for if you want to win a prize, seriously, I've been trying to give away prizes for so long on all of these shows, and nobody seems to want to do it. I mean, for legit, you're going to get something cool. I don't know. We'll even discuss what it is, depending on who you are, how we know you, or anything like that. We'll discuss how I can get something cool to you. Here's the fun fact: if you want to be considered for a prize from us from this week's show, um, the trivia question is, what did the great Khali do before he was a professional wrestler? And I'm gonna even tell you the answer. Do you know what he did?
you talking to me?
Yeah,
He was a porn star.
close. He was a police officer.
Oh, porn star, police officer,
Can you imagine?
same
You
thing.
just you just hear a
I didn't know that.
hey, open up, police. Open up, police. Now, granted, it was in his country, but open up, it's the police. And then the door gets kicked in, and somebody has to duck halfway under the door to get in it. And you're like, I'm out.
I was like, I'd run just to run. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah, I'm going to fact check that, by the way.
he wasn't. I know for a fact he wasn't a porn star. I tried. He wasn't interested. I'm pulling up. Oh, another thing we could talk about while you do
Yeah.
that. We have a new United States champion again.
Mm. You talking
Julia
about the women? Yeah.
won. Yeah,
Mm.
Julia won the title back. Um, and they're trying. I don't understand the basics behind. They're trying to push her, and but I feel like she's just going to be a what are they called? Um, she's the middleman to get the title on Alexa Bliss. I feel like
Okay. I could see that. And I think
Alexa's been
in
back for
in
too long.
well, in taking it off Miss Cardona, um, when you take the belt off of her, I think it's freeing up her to go after the bigger title down the road.
And I think her getting the kind of push she's been getting encouraged him to come back.
Yeah, maybe so.
Um, Carmelo Hayes defended his title against Johnny Gargano. We've seen that Jade Cargill and Jordan Grace bump into each other. Little thing that we talked about already. Cody and
I am
Drew
correct, by
had
the
their
way.
little. You were correct. He was a
He
police
was
officer.
part of the Punjab police. He was a security
Okay.
guard. He got recruited by a policeman to join the police, and yeah, he was over in India. He was part of the Punjab police.
See, that's why I that was my fault. Why I thought he was a porn star because I did not. I misread it. You said Punjab. I thought it was
Yeah,
Poonanny.
yeah.
The
I could
Poonanny
see.
police.
That's as soon as I read that, I was like, I know where he got confused.
Yeah. So yeah. Um. But yeah. Remember the Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia. So I
Right.
could see the great Kelly being in the match. If anything, for Oba to throw over.
That'd be that'd be insane. He might pick him up over his head.
That would be insane. Um, I'm looking to see if there's anything else. We can talk about the ambulance match. It was actually really good. You said there was something
Yeah.
that you wanted to talk about it. What was your take on it?
Well, it's gonna tie
There was
into
some bias.
It's going to tie into something that happened on Raw too. But I mean,
Okay, well we can come
I
back
like
to.
well, but I'm just gonna say I'll say a little bit, and then I'll hit the back end of this point when we get to that point on Raw. I the part I liked about it is it was a really good match between two veterans who know how to work that style of stuff. I enjoyed the stuff they did with the ambulance and around the ambulance. You do the whole magic trick where, look, there's nobody here, and then you shut the door, and then they go back to open it, and ta-da, it's Rhea Ripley. It's, I mean, everybody's like, what kind of witchcraft is that? And I was like, it's actually simple, like magic. It's not as hard as you think because they weren't showing when they take focus off of something because something's going on over there. It's what happens at magic shows, folks. I'm not telling you anything that a magician won't say the same thing. If he's saying, what is going to happen with my hand here? You better be watching his other hand. That's where the magic's happening. Really
Yeah,
good
it's
magicians
the
will not care that I said that because you still won't see what they do.
yeah, yeah. If you're good, you can tell the secret and still be able to do it in front of people.
Yep. But no, I thought it was really good. I thought it, and like I said, I think it helped both. Sure, it put Priest slightly ahead of Alistair if there was a pecking order, but I think it really established both as potential primetime players going down going down the road.
I thought it was a great match in the manner of it wasn't boring. Damian Priest
Right.
is usually really good, but I find Aleister Black very boring. I feel when he talks, his character is really good, but when he wrestles, it's boring, and it's because they don't have good opponents for him. Damian Priest is a good opponent for Aleister Black.
I would say because
Um,
I have met a lot of his students and seen them wrestle as well, including another one of the coaches down there. They are there's no wasted motion. They don't do a lot of fluff like a lot of people are taught to do, how to play up to the I mean, they know how to play to the camera, but they don't do all these extra movements that all these other people do because it's not necessary. They're more or less trying to get in, do their job better than everybody and get out. And that's kind of his style. So, sometimes it looks like, man, he's not really doing much of this, but he's doing so many things behind the scenes type thing that you don't really factor in. Like he's not doing a 630 swanton off the side of the Titantron or something like that. It's even called that anymore. He's straight up. He's going to do this and he's going to do this and he's methodically just going to step you down like he's beating you down the entire time. And that's kind of his kind of the culture of how he
his style.
facilitates things. Yeah.
Um, so we can get to Raw because there's
Sure.
as I'm looking at that's what I was looking up over here on my side. I was trying to find the card for it. There's a couple of things. There was a couple of things I'm confused about. Number one,
A lot of things.
number two, let's be honest. So it started off as a Stranger Things,
Well,
and
the whole theme all night was because it was the Netflix tie-in. It's one of the biggest shows on Netflix that has all the episodes out. I've seen a good many. I've seen, I think, two or three seasons. I need to catch up with the rest of them. It's really cool that they filmed a ton of it in
I
Georgia,
watched
including
I watched
Douglasville
season one.
and Powder Springs, and I mean it's a pretty cool show if you like throwback shows and kind of the old 70s and 80s horror style stuff. Um, like I said, there's some really cool places in Georgia you can go see where they film. But
Well, the main
I'm gonna
character,
start there with it. That if you're gonna do a Stranger Things tie-in, the one thing they were missing all night that would have just had this be a home run instead of a ground rule double.
any of the Stranger Things characters.
Correct. There was not a single person from that show there, or if they were, they never showed me that they were there. I mean, I don't care. Like I know people that were in 7, 8, 9 episodes, like where you can prominently, I can tell you what they look like, and you'll remember which episodes they're in because they're featured in them. Bus drivers and teachers and things like that, where you're just like, oh, that guy, oh, that girl. It's like, yeah, I know people that were in this show. Even have one of them and go, oh yeah, remember he was the one that dropped the kids off at the arcade. It just there was you decorated all the Stranger Things themes and everything, which was really cool. I enjoyed those. Michael Cole clearly does not watch that show. Corey Graves does, which is not a problem because you can't do everything. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind some of the tie-ins they did, but you didn't have one person from the dang show on there. All you need was
Yeah,
one,
it was.
just one.
Yeah, it was strictly because Raw is now on Netflix is being turned into it's more towards entertainment and less towards WWE. My opinion. This should have never been a thing unless I mean, because what I thought of was WCW Halloween Havoc pay-per-views where the whole background's Halloween Havoc, but they actually had people like Rey Mysterio coming out in a Halloween themed outfit. They mentioned, it's just it was I did not like it. Let's stop doing that. That's WWE. Let's stop doing that. Or
I
you know
don't
what?
think it was
Continue
their
to do what
choice.
you want. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. You're right on that one. Hey, Netflix, let's stop doing that.
Unless you want to
So
sponsor this show, and we'll be the Stranger Things Backstage Jabronis.
yes, we'll be the
The only
backstage
difference
Stranger
is
Things.
I will personally book people from the show to be on here.
There you go. And the main character, I think her name's Bobby. She lives in Georgia. She has a 40-acre home. She said that she filmed so much of her time here,
Mm-hmm.
was spent here filming that she now considers Georgia her second home.
Yeah.
So
Like I
hey,
said,
there you
and
go.
since they filmed so much in Georgia, even the extras and the secondary and third level characters, there's so many of them that live here.
You know that van that has a surfboard or whatever? They live in
Yeah.
Noonan, bro. They live in Noonan. They came through Dairy
Mm.
Queen um in the van, and I was like, oh my God. When I used to work at Dairy Queen. That's neither here nor there. Um I don't even remember what match started. I know we could start with the Liv Morgan and Lyra Valkyria.
It
I
okay.
don't care.
We can no. We can start with what started the match that started off because that will be the back end of my rant. I just looked and I believe that
Okay,
this
what was the one that started?
this was the women's tag team title match.
Ah, are you talking about this women's tag team that not only has lost to Lash London and
Nia Jax.
her tag team partner, who I tend to forget her name. Yeah, but now they've also lost to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. How does this team keep losing and still have the titles?
They don't. They lost them on Monday, right?
Oh yeah. So then what was I mean was that for the titles?
I
Yes, it
thought
was.
so.
Yeah. You're right. So does that mean Lash London and them are now number one contenders?
I thought they were before this match
No, obviously not because they got the chance for the title first. That's what I'm saying. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand.
because there is a female somewhere between John Cena and Cody Rhodes because I call Cody Rhodes the John Cena 2.0. There is a female version of this, and my goodness, if she could not be forced to in front of our face, I had to redo what I was going to say because that would have been terrible.
Yeah,
She it just
I'm tired of seeing
every time
Rhea
we turn
also.
around. Look, I like Rhea Ripley. I think she's fantastic.
Yeah,
She has one of the best physiques in sports. That's not just of a female. No, her and Buddy Murphy, her husband, are workout junkies. They absolutely understand how to tone your body and get the most out of it. And I like her. I think she's great. But we have been forced Rhea and Io for about 6 or 7 months now to a point to where about 4 months ago, I realized they're building the tag division. They've put random teams together. It's not going to take long before Rhea and I guess if Io's her partner are going to be the tag team champions. We're going to take it away from an established team like the Kabuki Warriors, and we're going to give it to Rhea and Io because it's Rhea. And I do get she's one of your biggest draws. There's a reason why most wrestling shows, possibly including this one, if anybody ever looks at the hashtags, there's a reason why hashtag Rhea Ripley because you get eyeballs for putting things like that on there. But it's just almost annoying that she's the one that's going to be the hot tag. She's the one that comes in and clears house, and most of the time does the devastating move. Even though this time she did it, and then Io had to pin him because she was the legal person.
Yeah, yeah, I'm tired of seeing her too. Um,
Well,
and
not tired
even
of seeing
it's
her,
like,
just tired of every time she's on there. You know she's going to get the upper hand and she's going to win. I mean, it's worse than I don't know. I'm trying to think of some show where it's just no matter what, you know who's going to win and who's going to end up on top, and you're just like, there's no
she,
guesswork. Like even
she's the
Charlotte doesn't
female
beat
Cody
Rhea
Rhodes.
anymore. Yeah,
She's the
it's
female
female
Cody.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Um, and this tag team of Rhea and Io is to me a mirror image of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Why are they together? They're not even a real tag team. They have
Yeah,
no reason to be together.
and I'm not a fan of putting two random people together
So,
like
I
that
mean,
because if there's no chemistry and you can't believe them as a team, then how is the audience supposed to believe it?
yeah, um, ridiculous.
Yeah,
What was after
I
that
mean,
one? Yeah,
congratulations on your win. At least the titles move, but if you're going to move the titles, honestly, I think it could have been a three-way. Could have been three different teams, a triple threat. I will redo what I just said there. It can be a triple threat, and Last Legend and Nia should have probably won.
I agree. That to me, they're a real tag team.
Yeah, I agree. Even though they've teamed less than any of the other teams here, they just have a chemistry where they work as though they've been like sisters for their entire life.
And what's crazy is this Raw that was it was really long, 3 hours,
Yeah, it
right?
was.
The first Raw.
No,
There
I
was
think it was like two 2 hours 15 or 2:20. It was a lot shorter than SmackDown, but it just drug on. There were certain spots where it just
there,
went forever.
there was only 4 matches. Five. I'm sorry. There was 4 matches.
One, two, what's the other one? Three. I got four. What was the other one?
Yeah, that's why I said there's only 4 matches.
Okay.
And three of them were women matches.
Yes.
What? Like, what is going on? I have nothing against them, but there's a lot of men on Raw that we could have put as a fifth or sixth match.
How about
Um,
the tag team champions that just won last week? Barely saw them at
I
all.
thought didn't they come out and do a little? I thought they did come out and they ran it
They
back,
talked. They talked. They
but
actually
yes,
they come
yes,
through the crowd, they come out of one of the little exits there and come down to the first little platform and stood there and did their promo and then went back up. They never even made it to ringside. Which was fine. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah, it's a bunch of unnecessary. For some odd reason, okay, I don't know. So we'll talk about this match next. I don't care.
Okay.
I didn't agree with Maxine Dupree getting the title because I didn't think she was ready. She did okay carrying it, but I think WWE agreed with me and they put it on her. They said, "Let's see what you can do." It didn't work, so they gave it back to Becky. That's the only thing that makes sense for
Well,
why this happened.
I told you I always said the one, but there's two reasons why that whole story arc happened. The one, obviously, like I said, at some point we're going to see Jessica Carr as a wrestler, and I think she's going to go against Becky Lynch. Going to be like Lynch is just going to push her too far as a referee one day. She's going to snap on Lynch, and Lynch's going to go, "Oh, you want to get physical? Me and you at Elimination Chamber or whatever. At me and you at I don't know about WrestleMania, but me and you at name random place,
Whatever.
whatever."
Yeah.
Number two, they gave Maxine the title to help establish her because she has come a long way and has really improved. And you put them in there with somebody who's believable. You get a win over Becky Lynch and then go toe to toe and word for word in promos against her. It was really starting to build her up. And then once you kind of start to establish her as that single, not star yet, she's getting there, but as that single wrestler, like, okay, she doesn't need Otis and Tozawa. She can be standalone by herself. She's not background. She's not just a manager. She's not these things here. She can actually stand on her own. So if Maxine Dupree comes out versus Lyra Valkyria on a house show, you're like, okay, well, this is legitimate. That's why you put it back on Lynch. You establish Maxine. You show that she can hold it, and she can kind of hold her own a little bit. She's still got a ways to go, but she did at least good enough to where it's respectable, and you're good now. And then you move it back to Lynch. People seem to think that this is going to set up Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee at either WrestleMania or somewhere in the near future. And that's when AJ Lee is probably going to take the belt off of her. But they did this little detour because AJ hadn't been on TV at all, I think, in the last couple months. So whatever AJ's doing,
Maybe been
as she
training.
starts to make her way back for the road to WrestleMania, more than likely, now you can get that story back going. Like maybe in the Royal Rumble they cross paths and it starts everything back up.
Okay, okay, I get that.
That's
Um,
that's what I gathered.
it makes sense. I'm not a fan of Maxine, but that's just me. That's just me.
Now, somebody
Um,
I am a fan of, who I was so excited to see back, and I really want to see what they do, and it looks like she's going to be single as well, a single wrestler, because I didn't see the tag team brothers with her. I was ecstatic to see Ivy Nile back in the last couple of weeks, and I want to see her get
yeah,
in and start wrecking people because her and Natalia, if they ever teamed up, I don't know if you could actually beat them in a fight.
yeah. I seen her. I was like, what is what? I was wondering who she was, and then when I was playing my wrestling game, I seen her, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yep.
okay.
She changed her hair up a
Um,
little bit. She's actually kind of kind of fixed it up a little bit. It used to just be the braids that she did all the time. She's kind of did something different with it. And whatever injury she has, she's back healthier now. So she had a slightly different look. So I had a couple people that were like, who's the blonde girl? And I was like, it's Ivy Nile. No, 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 it's not. I was like, yeah, it's Ivy Nile. I promise you that's who that is. She just looks a little different. She's healthier. She's kind of toned her body a different way and she changed her hair. They went, oh, and pretty sure Chad Gable, I would say Royal Rumble. I keep hearing Chad is really close and that he's been in the ring and that they want to keep him away from the El Grandes. And that's,
I
he's going to start doing his own thing.
Hey, look, I've seen some workout videos of Chad Gable.
It's
Dude
ripped.
is cut up. Like I don't know what they're going to do with him, but they need to put the IC or the United States title on him, and then
100%.
see where that goes.
Now, did you see him at your gym?
Liv Morgan.
I haven't seen you post a lot of your gym photos yet or anything. So I mean, I figured you were just busy working out and managing that tag team that you were doing. But did
I've
you
been
see
managing
Chad at
the
your
tag team.
gym?
I
Is
haven't
that
had
the
an
video you saw?
opportunity to. No, I can't. I can't give away where I seen the video. I have been managing the tag team, and I haven't had an opportunity to get into the gym myself.
Mm,
Doom is looking to come back. They're going back under the mask, so be looking for
smart.
them. It's no longer
Smart.
Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. I can't tell you who it is, so that that gives
They
up the whole
are.
mask
I
thing.
think the code names or the new names they're going to go under are Malice and Mayhem or something close to that.
Yes, yes, yes. They're called. They're not called Doom. They're called Moved.
Yep.
Doom backwards.
Yep. Because they're such a throwback. It's like they're back
Um,
in the.
and they put you in some type of mood. But yeah, Liv Morgan and Lyra Valkyria. Was this their first time against each other? Because I don't
Uh,
believe.
I feel like when Lyra May first came up, because I know Liv did go down to NXT a few times back when Lyra was still there, but I don't think they crossed paths there. They might have been in a tag match or something maybe before Liv got hurt and Lyra had just came up. If not, this might have been the first time, and it kind of sort of looked like it, but it wasn't bad.
To me, I wouldn't mind if they started pushing Liv down our throats again and take Rhea away for a second. I've always been a bigger Liv fan than a Rhea fan. Right. But yeah,
One
I
hundred percent.
enjoyed the match. Out of the three women matches that we've seen, this one was the best, if you ask me.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree with
only
that.
because see the tag team one was good, but I'm tired of seeing Rhea Ripley. Um, so that's why this one wins by default. It was a good match. I can't remember if Roxanne or I think Roxanne was down there because I think Bailey came as well.
Yep, yep. Bailey was down there.
So I don't know. It was a decent match. It did what it was supposed to do, get you to the main event.
Yes, to which I
Um,
have a something I learned
I'm
today
gonna
that
start
adds
off
to
by
this.
saying to the main event.
That has to do with the vision.
He said something. Okay, I liked that CM Punk came out in a Letterman jacket. I thought that was really neat. Kind of toss at Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner back in the day.
And
Good
Stranger
move
Things.
there, CM Punk. Actually, yeah, I really liked that Letterman jacket. It's one of the jackets that I low key would like to buy and wear. I don't know how I feel. Like it's like part of me is like this wasn't meant for Braun to win it quite yet.
Exactly.
I was hoping that Braun would lose because Austin Theory caused him to lose. That's what I was hoping would happen, just to throw a little curveball into all that. But Austin, actually, I don't remember too much interference. There was, but there wasn't.
Right.
Like Paul Heyman was involved more than anybody.
Yes.
Like Logan came down. So um I don't know. I was just so on the match, but Braun Breaker held his own. I think this was a setup to see if Braun Breaker can be in the main event, and he let you know, yes, I can. He held his own.
And
What's your take?
he has got to stop landing on his head during big profile matches.
He's
Some of it's his fault, some of it's
he's
not. The one in
not.
the cage is not his fault at all. The one on this match was he got a little overzealous and kind of under jumped when he went to do the Hurricane Rana and landed on his head as he fell down. But but no, I agree. This was the first taste. He wasn't going to win his first championship match. They're setting this up so it's either Chamber or it's WrestleMania. It's one of those, I would imagine, and he'll be the one to do it. I agree. I like that for the most part, even when the referee got knocked down, that there wasn't a lot of dumb shenanigans and just so many random people. It's like, no, let them go. Show that the kid can go the same way you did with Maxine and Becky Lynch. Show that they can hang, at least hang. And if they can surpass and reach up and grab the brass ring, then that proves they're ready to go to the next level of everything. And I felt like he continues to just keep doing that. All of his promos remind me of his uncle, which are great because he just flips that switch and you 100% believe everything he says. But the
I truly
update that
believe
I
that he
heard,
could kick my ass.
oh, I know he can kick mine, which is why I hid behind the media badge when I riled him up that day. It's because I knew he couldn't do it he wasn't going to do it on the camera. So, but no, he's a nice enough guy to where he wouldn't do it. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be on his bad side. The thing I heard today, what's one of the number one, either number one or number two knocks against Logan Paul? The things people say the most about him. Obviously, one of them, oh, he's a YouTuber. What's the main thing that people say wrestling wise about him?
I feel like that he's not always around.
That he's a part timer, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess who signed a full time contract in the last day or so? Logan Paul. He's a full time
Oh,
member of the WWE now. He has put it on social media. He had some videos, and I think he was holding an iguana on like TikTok or something, and told everybody. He's like, "Oh yeah, you guys want to keep saying I'm a part timer? Well, I'm a full timer. Just signed the full time deal. You're going to see me a lot more. So there's a lot more times that you can yell at me and get mad and everything. But he is now officially a full time member of the WWE. Now, how they use him is up to them. They can still use him part time if they wanted to, but he is no longer basically on a legend contract where he just shows up here and there to plug whatever and then the big match. He's You're going to see him a lot more. And I think that's fantastic. He's
I'm
one
a
of their
big
best
fan.
live performers.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yes, he is a superstar. I think he's a year away from being a heavyweight champion, but only because there's so many people in front of him that
Yes,
deserve it.
it's a long line.
Braun Breaker deserves it. It is. I feel like if he was to go to SmackDown, he would be put to the front of the line. But if he's going to stay on Raw, he's got too many people in front of him.
He
On SmackDown,
okay.
he could be second or third over there. Name two people that you'd put ahead of him in SmackDown.
Drew McIntyre. I'm not including Cody because he just is his own. Randy Orton. Um,
Well, I feel like Randy's had it enough to where he doesn't have to be in front of the line. Talking about people that hasn't had the push. That's why I was thinking Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, LA Knight.
yeah,
These are your people on Raw that deserves it before you.
sure. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, just think about that though. A year from now, we might be seeing Logan Paul versus Braun Breaker, Logan Paul versus Dominic Mysterio, Logan Paul versus. I mean, that whole new crop that's coming through like that. It's like because we talk about
Logan
the
versus
priest.
Seth Rollins would be beautiful.
Man, I mean, just I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of want to see Logan versus Matt Cardona. Just let them go for 15 minutes on a random SmackDown or something, or a random Raw or a pay per view for all it matters. Let them go. I think that would be really good. And that really
Look
bugs
forward
me too
to
that I
it.
saw Matt Cardona late summer and I had a chance to walk up and meet him and like just the window didn't line up just right. And then now he's back in WWE. So now it's harder for me to try to meet him. But it is fun.
So
Shout
we
out to the
didn't say it.
NWA for coming in and doing 4 TV tapings while they were here at Center Stage. And I was at all 4. And as of this week, I think it's the second taping showing. So it's fun watching a TV taping that you know you were at, but you're getting to see a different angle because of where I was sitting. I saw it a certain way. I didn't see the TV camera.
So you really getting to see both sides.
Yeah, and trust me,
So
I know this is about
you
WWE,
agreed that
but if you watch the NWA, or you should start watching on the Roku channel, all the Atlanta tapings were phenomenal.
okay. I'm gonna start going YouTube and some of that. But you agree it wasn't time for Braun Breaker to get the title?
Agree. Even if it, like I said, even if it's Elimination Chamber, even if it, because I don't think it's Royal Rumble, he's going to win the Rumble, I think. And if he don't, he's going to win an Elimination Chamber to be the other qualifier in. I think if it's not WrestleMania,
But
then
it's
by
coming.
SummerSlam he'll be champion. It's a big one. He'll win it at a big one.
LA Knight LA Knight wins Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker wins the Elimination Chamber. That's your two WrestleMania versus champions.
To
LA
face
Knight's
which
gonna
to face
come
which
back.
champion?
I see LA versus the Raw champion, and I see Braun Breaker going to SmackDown.
I disagree, but without giving away spoilers of matches coming up, I mean, I guess when are they in Berlin? Is it next week or tonight?
Tonight.
Okay. Well, I will say this. Given those winners, I'm not saying that's the winners I would pick, but if I'm going by the winners you just said, my WrestleMania matchup that I would put together out of that would be LA Knight versus SmackDown champion Drew McIntyre. I think that's WrestleMania worthy. And I would say Braun Breaker versus, um, honestly, Breaker CM Punk would be good. There might be some other ones
We
that
just
might be
seen
even
that.
better.
It's going to be Seth's going
Yeah.
to come back. Seth's going to take the
Mm-mm.
title. It's going to be Braun Breaker versus Seth.
I don't think Seth might be ready to walk around by WrestleMania, but I think he misses this year. I think he's just on the other side of it with coming back. He said it the whole time that
I don't think
the doctors keep telling him like June or July, And he's like, well, they're saying June or July, but I'm aiming to be back May. Well, WrestleMania is in April. That's a whole 2 months back. So I think, unfortunately, because I think he does add more value to two things, I don't think he wrestles at WrestleMania. I don't think he's going to be cleared.
It says here that his return, it was a shoulder thing. Looks to be around WrestleMania season. We'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, he can come back and be the puppeteer or the leader of things or stir things up. But I don't. I want him to be. I absolutely want him to be on
Let's put it.
WrestleMania and to do big things. But everything I've heard is that he's going to just miss it.
Let's put the
Who?
title on
I
on
know.
Austin Theory.
I know who Braun should face, and this is going to be confusing because of what sides they're on. At WrestleMania, like I said, we'll go L.A. Knight versus.
Yeah.
That was your cue. Um, go Knight versus Drew for the SmackDown, and we go Braun Breaker versus the Ring General Gunther. That
Okay.
is
So you're saying
like
you're saying
like
Drew
you can
wins
have one
tonight?
of them. Yeah, I want him to.
Yeah.
I've wanted Drew to win 8 months ago, and not just because it's Cody. Even when it was John Cena, I was like, why can't Drew take it from him? But then Drew went and started being in movies and things, and so that screwed it up a little bit. So he was kind of hit or miss and gone here and there. But now that he's back full time again, like I don't get why they don't strap the rocket to this guy because he's got the build, he can talk, he's got all the tools in wrestling. He's a star, he's a movie star outside of WWE. He's getting pretty much any movie that he puts his name toward. Like he's starting to build up everything outside of WWE. He's a bona fide worldwide star, potential breakout. Like he could be the next big thing in Hollywood. And WWE has him job out to random people on like the mid card of SmackDown. I mean, it's different.
Okay with
Sheamus
that for
doesn't do
right
a lot of
now.
movies outside of WWE, but Drew does. Drew is
He's
in a
he's gonna
ton of
be a
stuff.
he's gonna be a transition champion then.
Who Drew? Maybe, maybe if he wins it tonight, keeps it all the way to WrestleMania.
I wouldn't consider
Yeah,
that transition.
no, but he deserves one because the last time he had a decent run was COVID when there was nobody in the stands, and I'm not one to say you owe it to him, but what he did when he carried the company through the COVID period when Roman Reigns was sick and everybody else was gone, what Drew did, he deserves another full run with actual like every tool in the bag.
And Berlin is kind of in his backyard, kind of.
Sort of.
Yeah. Okay.
Scott,
All right. Well,
Scotland and Germany are a lot closer than America.
when we get off here, I'm gonna go to watching. I'm excited
Me
to
too.
watch.
And we'll figure out why it's still raining.
Yeah. Yeah. You got anything else?
I think that's
Hey
pretty
guys,
much
this
it.
is the new format. You don't have to worry about us rushing off anymore. We
I mean,
actually
we
get to
are
finish our
we are real close
conversation.
to an hour. Yeah,
Yeah, we need to. This. That's all I'm saying. And we was able to talk about everything, so we're good.
yeah, and go through as much as we need to. I do look forward. I want to see the aftermath. I want to see what happens tonight. I want to see the aftermath. I want to see what they do to follow up the Raw on that they had this past week. See what they build on. I don't know. It just seemed like they spent way too much time reminding me that Stranger Things is already out than to actually show me wrestling matches. So I want them to kind of pick that up. And we got to start building a Royal Rumble. We got to start having people pulling balls out of buckets and all the shenanigans that happen with that.
Our truth
And then,
pulling balls, the black
like you
balls.
said, we'll both make lists, even if we wait till next week to reveal them, of 5 potential uh, surprises. Now, are we going male and female, or are you just
Surprise.
going one of the?
We can do 5 male and 5 female.
I was going to do 5 combined. I don't know that there's going to be that many more. I
Well,
think
I
this
mean,
is
we
going to
could
be a
like for instance, one of them could be the one is like John Cena makes the return, even though he said it was over.
he's,
That type craziness.
he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
He's
He's
already starring in a new Netflix show. He's not coming back.
he's done.
He's done. He's the one
He's
guy
done.
in wrestling who says, "I'm done. I don't need the money. I'm out."
He's not a great player.
No, doesn't want to be. He was okay with one ex-wife and one ex-girlfriend, not 17.
Yeah, that's really what Ric Flair's champion of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we could go 5-5 because I mean, if you include NXT as potential surprises, I think you're going to see a handful of NXT people in each one, whether they're the
TNA,
ones that are getting called up or not. The same way that
TNA.
you kind of let them test the water. You got TNA, you got AAA in Mexico, and
There you go. That's what
you
I'm
got
saying. That's that. Yeah.
you got the Forbidden
Let's
Door.
let's not get too deep in it. You might start thinking of the people I'm saying. I've got
Yeah,
I've got I've got a good
the
five.
only
I,
thing
I
you
I was
can
thinking about this last night, so I got a good five.
the only thing that you can eliminate is AEW. I guarantee an AEW person that is under contract is not coming across to be in the Royal Rumble. Guarantee.
Okay.
That is under
Okay.
contract. That's why I said
Wouldn't that be
not
nice
somebody that's
though?
been there before and he's gone now. No, I just so like Edge. Edge, I believe his contract is still valid till like February or I think. So if Edge is still under contract or Adam Copeland or whatever he wants to call himself, if that guy, Christian's little buddy, is still under contract, he ain't coming over. But if his contract's up, who knows?
All right.
In fact,
It'll be
maybe
interesting.
we're in the maybe we're in the Royal Rumble.
Don't give it away. Come on, man.
I just said maybe. Never say never. At least one of us
We
has
do
trained to
have
wrestle
connections.
before. I mean, another one manages the tag team. I mean, maybe
I don't
that's
have to
two
train
people
to
in a
do
Rumble. Who
anything.
knows? Don't know.
We'll have to see. We'll let you
Yep,
know next week when we talk about who we think our surprise five will be.
absolutely. But we've reached the end of hey, if they can do their big Netflix reveal and SmackDown can now go to 3 hours, well, we can go more than 40 minutes. So welcome to the new era of the Backstage
Right.
Jabronis. For my tag team partner Daniel Snyder, I'm Jeremy York. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling.